Web development is the work engaged with developing a website for the web, internet, or an intranet, a private organization. Web development can go from developing a basic single static page of plain text to complex web applications, electronic organizations, and informal community services. A more complete rundown of assignments to which web development services normally alludes may incorporate web design, web configuration, web content development, customer contact, customer-side, server-side pre-arranging, web server and organization security arrangement, and Internet business development. For bigger associations and organizations, web development groups can comprise many individuals, web developers, and adhere to guideline strategies like light-footed techniques while developing web destinations. More modest associations may just require a solitary long-lasting or contracting developer, or auxiliary task to related work positions like a visual architect or data systems specialist. Web development might be a cooperative exertion between divisions rather than the area of an assigned office. There are three sorts of web developer specialization: front-end developer, back-end developer, and full-stack developer. Front-end developers are answerable for conduct and visuals that span the client program, while back-end developers manage the servers. Web developers regularly work for customers who are attempting to get their item or service onto the web. The work is commonly very venture-centered and includes working together with a group that assists with planning the customer's necessities into the final result. The customer could be a tech organization, an association, or an administration. The work could include front-end, back-end, or full-stack web development. Web development could be a decent calling for you, assuming you like taking care of coherent issues, building helpful things, and exploring different avenues regarding innovations. Web developers are sought after, by and large, have a decent work-life equilibrium and order agreeable pay rates. Google your particular area to improve the feeling of your nearby web development open positions. Prior, we referenced that web development work could be in the front end, the back end, or the full stack. What precisely do these terms mean? The front end is the stuff you see on the website, in your program, including the introduction of content and UI components like the root bar. Front-end developers use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and their significant systems to guarantee that content is introduced successfully and that clients have a brilliant encounter. The back-end alludes to the guts of the application, which live on the server. The back-end stores and serves program information to guarantee that the front end has what it needs. This process can turn out to be exceptionally muddled when a website has a large number of clients. Back-end developers use programming dialects like Java, Python, and Ruby to work with information. Full-stack developers are open to working with both the front and back closes. In the Odin undertaking, we center around showing you full-stack development, covering all parts of web development. Since you are familiar with the various sorts of web developers, we should cover what we referenced before about the various kinds of customers and bosses you might work with. Huge tech Organizations, like Google, Facebook, and Amazon, have exceptionally tough recruiting prerequisites. Assuming you effectively live up to these assumptions, they offer superb compensation, advantages, and openings. New businesses are somewhat similar to the Wild West. For a lesser developer, it can feel like an intense test time as a result of the speed of development. New businesses regularly offer somewhat lower compensations and require longer hours, yet they may likewise offer value in the organization and exceptionally interesting conditions. Choose the best web development company or web development agency. As a specialist, you could order a solid time-based compensation and the opportunity to timetable and plan your items. In any case, you would be liable for getting your work, which implies less coding time, overseeing charging from customers, which can be troublesome, and being exclusively dependable. Tough relationship building abilities are important in this way. As an advisor for a web consultancy, you would surrender a portion of your outsourcing wage potential, however, have the option to zero in additional on the code and less on the hustle. This choice additionally gives a decent work-life equilibrium and pay. At long last, huge, more seasoned organizations need web developers. These organizations offer a decent work-life equilibrium, pay, and advantages, yet regularly move more slowly than an organization that is exceptionally centered around tech. These are a portion of the fundamental instruments you will utilize routinely. You may not know what they are present, however, you unquestionably will go ahead. PC Google Content Tool Order Line, Connection Point, CLI, Stack Flood Git GitHub. Figuring out how to code is staggeringly fulfilling, however can likewise be troublesome and baffling. The most grounded resources you can have as an understudy are a craving to construct, a critical thinking psyche, and constancy notwithstanding difficulties. The web development industry has a long history of fruitful developers with differing foundations, so individuals will quite often think more about what you've worked than how you arrived.